Yeah, Jezebel did a huge thing about this song, okay?
It's one of the best 3 minutes to an opening song. Then it gets weird.
All right, that's good enough.
Is it?
Yeah.
Once he stops singing, it goes flat.
Know what? I know. Why don't? Do you have the other song I wanted by the Four Tops? Do you have that?
Oh, we're doing two songs.
Oh yeah, just we cut you.
2 for 2.
This is good.
Or something?
Who?
Or Stroke, Vinnie Brant's.
No.
There was like I just saw it last night. Like someone was saying it was like spreading around.
Okay, can you play the third song a few seconds of that? You don't have it?
Right?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, well, all right.
There's no third song, Rich. This is 2 for Tuesday.
Okay, folks, welcome to My Wife Hates Me.
Liz
Give us a
doesn't know
call.
we're on the
I was
air.
like, I
She
thought
that
the
whole
song.
time she just thought we're fucking around. Like
I thought the song was playing.
I tried to explain this is how it is, the show, but
All right,
Oh my
well,
God.
now
Have you
you
never
know.
listened?
Now
There
I
is
know.
no format.
There's
give us
no.
yes, sirs.
I have.
We give people the illusion that we don't know we're on the air, but we really do know we're on the air. Except for
See?
Liz, who doesn't know we're on the
Give
air.
us a call.
Or did I?
866. Oh, 866-969-1969. Some quick plugs. The 21st and 22nd, I'll be at Governor's. 21 and 22 at Governor's. And then this Saturday, I'm in Somerville. I think it's called the Venetian or something. I don't know.
The Venetian.
I'm in
Say it with
Somerville.
me.
It's on my website this Saturday. And also, they do, in Somerville, we got to go look at this. They do comedy in the center of town. Remember on the sidewalk
I
or
did
something?
see a sign for that.
Are you is your act the right guy for the center of town?
No, I'm not doing that. I know. I want
We
to go
want
see
to go and
it.
That's what I'm saying.
heckle.
That's what I'm
Town
saying.
crier.
That's what we're going to go do. Make people uncomfortable and
Yeah, well,
sit in the front and heckle and stuff.
No, all I know is I'm bleeding through my back, and Donald Trump tweeted about it.
Oh, God.
Welcome. We have a special guest here tonight.
I think we're going to do this early, so get ready. What's Ailing Rich Voss is coming up.
Do you want to do that now?
You might as well, because you got to get it out of the way. Did you get all your plugs in? Because I know you like to plug at the
No,
beginning
I
of
just
the show.
Governor's next weekend and this Saturday in Somerville. I think it's called. I'll find out the name of it. It's on my website, richvoss.com.
You're not in the center of town. Just
No,
to make
I'm
it
at a
clear.
club Saturday. I'm local. Saturday night, and then Friday night, the New York Comedy Club in New York. Is it the New York Comedy Club on 24th Street? Is
New
that-
York
Yes.
Comedy Club.
New York
It's a
Comedy.
great place to
On the
see
24th.
comedy. I'm there Saturday night. Tonight, listen, if you're in your car, go ahead. Park now. Go find some parking around 26th and 7th. Go into Sid Gold's request room. We're doing a show there from 8 to 10. Rich and I will be there, obviously, in the 9 to 10 o'clock.
I was like, wait a second. Me and Liz taking over the show for the second hour.
No, but we have, and there's music.
Sid Gold's request room. It's a lot of really great comics. You're going to love it. Music and comedy. It's called Words and Music.
Let's just do plugs
Anya
for
Marina's
2
there.
hours.
She's
2
been
hours.
on this show.
She's been on Opie.
She's been on Opie. She's she makes the rounds. She's
All
a
right.
talented musician.
Let
And then
me-
there's a lot of talented comedians going to be
Ryan
there
Hamilton,
also.
very
When they
funny.
come together.
And it's just wonderful. It's Words and Music. It's at Sid Gold's request room. It's tonight, 8 to 10. Go ahead and find your parking or get on one of those bikes and make your way down there.
Make sure you
or
get your
up, depending
tickets
where you're starting
validated.
from.
You really get on my nerves already. You do it every week.
Oh, I'm in a mood. Okay. I'm
Okay.
going to be normal and
Just do
nice.
fucking radio.
I'm just going to say 866-969-1969. We got Fontaine on the line. Let's just
Well,
take
wait
it.
a second. Can I hold on for?
Come
hold on,
on,
Fontaine.
just wait.
No, hold on.
I'm running this show.
Hold on. Hold on.
Fontaine, you're
Can
on
we-
the air. Fight for it. Do you want to say something?
Can I fucking introduce our guests? What do you?
Not yet. Not yet. Go
We're
ahead.
nobodies. Let Fontaine
go-
have his
go
moment.
ahead. They're
Fontaine
gonna
is a
sit here
big
for a while.
fan. Fontaine's a big fan.
Go ahead, Fontaine.
You guys are so fucking funny. Hey,
Thank you.
Rich, I was wondering how yesterday went because I think I might have to do the same thing. Like there's something on my back and it's been there for a while, but it's not, you can't see it, but my girlfriend always squeezes it.
Oh, I love that. I love to squeeze it.
Well, yesterday I had a cyst removed on my back. Do you want to play some music?
Can we get that? Wait,
And
he won't just do it on his
They
own.
have
You always
cyst-
have to
back
ruin the
cyst
moment
music?
by
I
saying,
have What Ails
Louis,
Me music.
Get the fucking music.
Producers are killing it.
It's right.
Thank you.
I had a cyst removed on my back, and they cut it. I don't know how big it is. Bonnie saw it. How big is the scar?
It's the scar.
Yeah.
The scar is about 3 inches long.
I just saw it. It doesn't look like it's sewn up properly. I don't want
looks
to
like it's
shit
a-
on your
it's a
doctor, but
shoe
it doesn't
that's-
look like it's done properly. It looks like a little kid's shoe.
He's
Like
a
they missed the
surgeon.
lace.
He
Well,
knows what he's doing.
Then why are you still bleeding onto your new T-shirt?
Because it was yesterday morning.
Come on,
But did
come
they
on.
suture it up?
Usually they use tape, though. I didn't know they used actual...
staples.
Not on the back.
On a back, they'll still use some...
They should put that clear tape over it.
Anyhow, it
Is
hurts
it
a
in,
little.
where'd you go? Some guy's basement apartment? How?
Whoa, look, and you're a headliner?
Fontaine? Huh? What do you think of that?
Bonnie McFarlane
Oh.
tonight. She'll be in the 9 o'clock hour. Get your tickets
I had a Diet
validated
Coke
for free
before
parking.
the show, guys. I'm on top of the world.
Fontaine, go get it checked out. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what you have in your back. If it was my guess, it would be dry cum. But I'm saying...
Fontaine, you going to take that from him?
He's
Stop
a-
I
squeezing
will
it.
because he's my hero, and I know that you'll get him anyway. Sometime during this show, you're going to put your foot in his ass, and I'm going to laugh.
Okay, good. I'll do that for
hope
you.
all is well, Fontaine. Go get it looked at and get it cut out.
I love Fontaine.
Go ahead, Rich. Tell us about your cyst.
It's gone. It's taken out, but it's only a
They
little
took
blood.
out about the size of a
Piece of
portion
sushi.
of like what you're supposed
He
to have
showed it
as a
to me.
steak
It looks,
portion.
Yeah,
you know,
it looks good size.
yeah, it's like in the palm of your hand,
Yeah.
kind of.
I'm surprised I was able to look at it when you showed me on your phone. My stomach was okay. I could handle it.
Did they test it to see?
Well, I guess
don't
they
know.
will
Let's-
today.
Why don't you introduce your?
We're going to
guest?
introduce her.
Introduce her now. She's
Folks, from
My opener is the cyst.
following the Cyst story, we have Liz Russo. Liz Russo, I have had the pleasure of working with her before. Very funny young comedian. And I don't know if young is the word, but I
I don't know if young is the word, but
does
How-
that,
take it.
does
I'll
that
take
mean
it.
middle aged? I'm not sure.
You're from
no,
Jersey?
She's very young.
I
Very
live
pretty.
in Pennsylvania on the border, PA and Jersey.
now, right now, not
Yeah.
not in like Easton.
In Easton.
You live in Easton? They're
I do.
fixing Easton up. They're rebuilding it.
It's gorgeous. We just had a big comedy show there that I produced with like 600 people
Get
in the
outta
center
here.
of town, like you were talking in
Who was the
Somerville.
headliner?
Mike Gaffney.
Okay.
Last Comic Standing.
Everybody was on Last
recently.
Comic Standing.
Yeah. Well,
My mailman did Last Comic Standing.
How'd he
He's a
do?
good guy, Mike Gaffney. And
He is.
how many comics were on the show?
It was just him and Vladimir Kamano and myself.
And 600 people?
Showed up at the event. It was pretty cool.
Oh, it's
the
outdoors?
mayor, yeah, it's outside in an amphitheater, and the mayor asks me to produce it every year. So
How
Oh, the mayor asks
did the
her to
peop-
produce it. Let's
Shout
get
out
to the
Mayor-
bottom of
Mayor
that one.
Panto.
did people have to pay, or was it a day
Nope,
or
free.
nighttime or day?
8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
That's nice. That's nice.
And there was
Sunset
little
comedy.
kids there and stuff.
No.
It was all
I
adults.
shoo them away. Yeah, I make sure that it's all adults, and there was beer and a food truck.
was
and
it PG-13 or did you go all the way R?
No, it's pretty R.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Who hosted it?
I hosted it.
Abroad?
Yeah,
Don't you guys care how she knows the
boobies.
mayor so
Of
well?
Easton?
true.
Go ahead,
sitting in
Liz.
the-
Tell us how you met the mayor of Easton.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I grew up in Easton, so I know him through my dad. My dad was head football coach at Lafayette College.
Did he
and,
do something inappropriate at some point with you when you were underage? You can tell us. We've got the exclusive here.
He's my
today.
Facebook friend.
Does the
and,
mayor of Easton
he's-
have a regular job too? Or does that
don't
title, he's able to live on that title?
You'll have to ask Mayor Panto.
No, they
I'm not
have
sure.
they have regular
feel
jobs.
like
I'm
they're
pretty sure.
major.
I don't know how
No.
big Easton is, but
No, they're just mayors.
No, I feel
No,
like he would be an
no.
accountant or a lawyer
They
or
also have
something.
jobs.
Telling you,
No,
man.
you're wrong.
Bartender, stripper.
no, they're not. These are, I don't know how
not
big
the mayor of
Easton
New
is.
York.
Is it a big city?
Mayor of Easton.
I don't think
Yes,
so.
Easton.
Easton's pretty big. We
It's
have
not-
Larry Holmes.
If anybody knows the mayor of Easton,
boxer.
if he could
Easton
call
assassin.
in, I'll take back my
Sal
salacious
Panto
comments.
might call in. I told him I'd be on tonight, so you never know.
Oh, you talk
The
with
mayor.
him?
The mayor.
The mayor
You know, I used to live in Phillipsburg.
What's the mayor's name?
in Petersburg.
Oh,
Wow.
with my first wife,
Yeah.
my better wife,
Huh.
and it. How do I explain it?
How do you
she was
explain
just better.
Phillipsburg,
Oh,
New Jersey?
Not that.
It's just I don't
She
know.
let me
I
put
don't
it in
know.
her butt.
I don't want
I
to say
guess
anything.
that's why she's better.
I used to do a bit. They were #1 in the state in wrestling because they're all inbred. It's hard to pin somebody with a hump on their back because they're all fucking inbreds out
That was
there.
you
Oh,
until
you
yesterday.
come on! What you just had yours removed, and you're already denigrating others with the same problem.
You were once with them.
How quickly they forget.
So you're friends with the mayor. You're from, but you're not. You're originally from Easton, or
Right.
I grew up there since I was young. So
Can I just ask a couple?
I just
questions?
stayed.
I just only asked one. But go ahead, you can.
I want to know what the mayor's name is.
Sal Panto.
Oh, Mayor Sal Panto, call us, 866-969-1969. We'd love to talk to you about your beautiful city and what your day job is.
Easton is where the Crayola factory is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
should
lots
take
of
the kids
parking.
there.
We used
So
to go,
perhaps he doesn't have a side job. Sounds like a decent. How many people? Do you know how many people live in Easton?
Why? Why do you want to know?
Well,
Because I'm
so
curious.
bad.
At least
This guy has a
600.
side
At
job.
least 600. Am I right, folks?
Easton is. They're rebuilding it. Let me tell you, if they ran the Raritan line
They're trying.
from fucking Penn Station to Easton, it would explode out there in Phillipsburg and Easton. It would explode.
They're
It's
back
just-
in talks to do it, but
there's no reason they shouldn't. They stopped the Raritan line where? White House or maybe the next stop after White
How do you know
House?
so
Yeah.
much about Easton?
Because I
lived-
used to
he
live in
lived in
Phillipsburg. I
Phillipsburg.
lived in the town next to it.
Well,
Alright.
it's
this
funny
is
because I
getting
also
less
lived.
and less interesting
I
as we
also
go
lived in
along.
Plainfield for
I grew
a
up in
while,
Plainfield.
and you
my
grew up in
God.
Plainfield.
Well, you guys have a lot to talk about. Ray from D.C., go ahead.
Hi, how are you? You guys are my favorites. I got a couple comments. If you give me a minute, Rich, don't let Bonnie hit the switch, please.
All right,
can't,
all
I'm
right.
not
My
by
hands
her.
are off the button. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm all about you guys' career. I mean, I listen to all your podcasts back and forth. I want to make a couple comments on them. You know, I know your whole
Oh, shit.
history.
I know it's about me.
No, Bonnie, you're wonderfully.
It's not gonna be
amazing.
good.
I mean, you're such an appealing woman. It's incredible. But anyhow, couple questions. I think you guys ought to come up with, you know, how we do the Oscars and the Grammys. How about the Podsters? Rich and Bonnie host the Podsters.
I like
You guys
it.
can get
I think
you-
it's a great
get you on
idea, actually.
CBS, you're the couple. Get you up there like Sonny and Cher. We got the legend
Mm-hmm.
starting the show.
The legend and the lady.
That's a good point. Okay, so yeah, I like that idea. I'm glad we
I like
thought
that.
of that. Bonnie, you thought of that, right?
Well, you know, we have a producer in our midst that produces big shows. The 600 people in Easton will go to. If the mayor calls, we could do it there. I think it's going to be
no,
fantastic.
this would
I'll
be
have
a
you guys
good
next
idea
year.
for radio. This is a good idea. The
As podcasts catch on sooner or later, they're going to be an awards show. You know it. People are going to vote.
You're right.
Okay.
How has that not happened yet? That's a good point. How is there not a podcast award thing?
Well,
They have blog awards.
They've had.
I just registered the idea.
We were named
the Writers Guild,
in an
so
article
good luck
in New
doing
York.
that.
In an article in New York, by just an opinion, we were in the top 10 podcast. But that's just that person's
Yeah.
Which brings
opinion.
me to my second point. You guys talked about who people say is the number one podcast couple. That other couple that does a show, the Mom Jean Show or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom and Christina.
Okay, come on. I went back and researched them and listened to it. I said, you know, I've listened to 150 of Rich and Bonnie's. Let me see what these people are about. It was horrible. Here's what happened.
No, but no, you can't say it's
No, he's
your
right.
Well, let him
opinion.
give his
He's
opinion.
right.
No, it's his opinion.
Let me just
So
give
let him
you
finish his
my
opinion.
personal opinion. my
Okay, go
personal
ahead.
opinion. The first thing, they get on there, the guy, it's a couple, the guy talks, you know, for 10 minutes about where he's appearing. This is the first 10 minutes of the
Oh, this sounds very
Wait,
familiar.
are you talking about Rich right now?
Yes. Wait, yeah, is this our podcast?
Go ahead.
Then she talks about for 10 minutes where she's appearing. And then we've got 10 minutes worth of commercials. So I'm 20 minutes into the show. I'm like,
That's 30
so boring.
minutes.
I can barely, right, 30 minutes. I think you're the legend. You're great at math, too. I can barely
41
tolerate
IQ.
And then they start talking. So the podcast begins, and they're like, how was your day? Oh, I didn't do much. I mean, come on. We need stories like Bonnie getting off the motorcycle in her duster.
Thank you.
The moon
Can't believe you
shining on
remember
her.
that story.
She walks up to the guy who was beaten, and she says, do you need a ride? She drives him into town. She walks into the bar. Who was that woman? She drives off into the moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got the stories.
This guy's a romantic.
Wow.
I like it.
I'm fucking getting
He's like a
hard
Renaissance
listening to
man.
him about my wife. No, he's true. Well, he listens. He's a good fan. He
Oh,
knows.
I know. Yeah, I know all about it. I want to come hang out at your pool just so I can watch Bonnie come there, you know, play.
Wow.
And then about the guy, the neighbor in the pool, he's
Not
trying to
creepy
get
at
kids in the pool. That's weird.
Yeah,
come
the
on,
mayor.
let's-
He was there again. He's always there.
Okay. Now the last thing is a question, if you'll indulge me just a minute. Rich,
We
you're
have.
a
But
legend.
can I just say one thing, Ray? We have been indulging you, but go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
We're gonna go. We're gonna
He's
go
our
a little
best fuck.
farther.
He
in.
knows everything.
Comedy wit.
Our-
It reminds me of Cold Lake, where I grew up in Canada. Anyhow, Rich Bonnie, when
Yes.
you're making love to the legend, which
Yeah.
sure happens sometimes. and
I
the
don't call it
passion
making
for-
love. I call it having to do it. But go ahead. Yeah. What?
Oh, my her
passion
wifely
for it,
duties.
You guys are really into it. Do you ever, by accident, get your nose up behind that ear? Because
Yes. Yes. It's happened, Ray. It's happened. It's happened where I've
you
been
do?
in mid coitus, and I've smelled the smell,
We were never at coitus. Where's that?
and
Rich will be at Coitus August 17th through the 19th. Make sure you catch that 10 o'clock show we just tagged on.
and it was awful. Just
Bonnie, when people, if you saw on Opie and Jimmy this week, you know they put the finger in Rich's issue there, and people smelled it, and there was gagging. It was really.
Bert Kreischer,
here's the
who
thing.
has jumped off of cliffs, had bulls hit him in the stomach, almost fucking died from it.
Wait, your ear smells?
Yes,
I saw a
behind his ear.
screenshot.
Okay, I know it's going to sound like he's full of cysts, but he has a cyst
No, it's not
behind
a
his
cyst.
ear.
It's from the microphones. My ears start sweating from the mic.
Don't act like your ear starts
Don't
sweating
act
from the
like
mic.
you've been doing radio
something-
every hour of your life for the
it's
last
not-
40 years.
Yeah,
Fucking, if Casey
it's not
Kasem's
a little
ears
bit
don't
of
smell.
sweat. It's horrifying. It's and then he watches it, Ray. I saw him watch the video of that and giggling to himself, laughing.
Oh, you're proud
and
of
I
it.
was, yeah, he's proud of it. And I was
You're
like, why are
fucking
you
proud of
proud
it.
that you stink? And he was
Casey
like,
Kasem's ears smell better now than yours. Get it? Because he's dead. Ugh,
Natural
Well,
wonder.
unique smell. But the thing is, though, what makes up for it is he has the cleanest asshole in the business.
he does. He is,
So
I
I've
know.
heard.
Why wouldn't he keep his ear at the same level?
I heard
of-
Jimmy's was cleaner. He does the finger thing.
No,
He's
my-
explained. Did you teach him that move?
I towel my ass all the time.
What about after you
But
shit?
he- but
Jimmy
he-
is the cleanest from what I've
No.
heard on the radio.
He's
He
not
is the
even
cleanest.
close to me.
This is what I've heard. I've heard he's...
Yes, because he's cleaning come out. I'm cleaning.
Well,
Ray,
listen, I
thank
love
you for
guys.
calling. You're the best.
Just quick ending comment. You guys are coming to Northern Virginia soon.
We are?
Yeah, we'll be at
together.
September at Arlington Cinema Draft
Would you
House.
quit booking me with you? You do this, you don't tell me.
I told you every time we go to the Arlington Draft House, we do it once a year.
I drove by last night. It says legend and white.
I was going to say, you go where the legend tells you to go.
I'm going to call my CD Voss's wife, and I'm going to just roll into it. I'm just going to become it. I'm not going to fight it anymore.
Just embrace it. You got the mom
Boss's
sweatshirt on
wife.
tonight. You're
Acceptance.
already-
Where does he? Oh, you live in
Okay.
D.C. Well, listen, come out to the show. It's Arlington Draft House is great. It's a great
I
room.
bought all the tickets. Could I watch the show in the nude?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to call the place. I just want to sit there. naked.
We just care about tickets sold.
Yes.
Everything else is up to you.
Yeah, really
Well,
knows this guy.
listen,
I'll tell
on
you.
me.
Listen, for $2,000, we'll come to a hotel room and watch you jerk off as a couple.
You can sniff Rich's ear while
Great.
him and Bonnie
All
have
right.
coitus.
I love you guys.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thanks, Ray.
Remember the Podsters.
The Podsters, we got it. I wrote it down, and I registered it.
Liz,
Yes.
sorry about this. This train wreck.
By this, he means the invites to come in tonight.
I love
We
it.
so
I
rarely
love
get
it.
articulate people calling in. We had to keep that on for a while.
Yeah, I know. That guy was good.
Well, he was complimenting us. He knew specific things about our show.
Yes. Okay, so Liz,
Can't turn that away.
How long have you been doing stand? Because you're a hustler. I look at you on Facebook, like you were promoting tonight. Pretty. I mean, you were really putting it out
She
there.
had pictures and
try.
stuff. That was impressive.
I try.
She was fucking good. Easton, PA. Who is it? You want to go? Wait, hold on. Let me ask her a question.
It's
if
art.
you-
Just let her talk for a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Let me talk to her.
It's not the mayor.
All right, relax.
Wait, is that Salvatore? Is that Salvatore right now, Mayor Sal?
No.
Sal.
So you've been doing. I mean, you promote like you're all over doing. Are you headlining on the road, like or
When
middle-
they, when they don't have too many female headliners, I guess. But, I'll be at the Funny Bone in Hartford. They have me headlining on a Thursday.
That's good.
That should be
And then
good.
you're there
And
the
then-
weekend, the Friday, Saturday.
No. So I'm not in there yet or whatever. So it's been a struggle. I'm trying to get the people I work for to bump me up from feature to headliner.
How long you been doing stand up?
15 years.
15.
Give or take. Yeah.
And
that
and-
bump in the road.
and,
you know,
and
jail.
you don't drink.
Don't drink.
How long have you not?
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yeah.
What was your drug of choice?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it. You didn't.
What a pussy.
No coke.
Donuts were my gateway drug.
That a girl.
Yeah.
Glaze?
I started all
Sniffing
of
the glaze
it,
off?
all of it. All pastries.
But when did you start drinking? How old? At what age?
Not until like my 20s. But what happened was I've always been overweight. I had the gastric bypass surgery. I lost 130 pounds. I became a raging alcoholic.
Wait,
and
I've heard about this. Is a thing that happens to people.
Yeah, it's pretty common, especially among women. And I was like in my early 20s, so I wasn't really prepared for that mentally. And I was doing stand-up comedy, so that attention was there, and now it's new attention and the whole deal. And alcohol's around. I couldn't use food anymore, so I used booze.
But doesn't it go into your system much quicker?
Yeah.
But you're going to gain weight back from booze.
I did too. I gained most of that at least probably about 80 of that back.
Well, wait, how much did you lose to begin with?
130. Keep up,
130.
Rich.
130 pounds?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane. I can't even lose 8.
It's hard. I had to lose it again once I got sober because, I had gained weight. I lost it when I was in jail. I lost it.
Okay,
This is a great goddamn story.
I have
you
a
seem
lot
so
of shit.
sweet and innocent. You left
I had
me alone
no
with her.
idea what was
I know.
bubbling beneath the surface.
Okay, hold
Rich
on.
went to get a Coca-Cola and left me alone with this psychopath. I could have been shanked at any
I
minute.
will cut a bitch. That's right.
Okay,
Yes, I know.
so you got you.
So you're fat,
I'm fat,
then you're thin,
and then I'm thin,
and an alcoholic.
and a drunk.
And
yes.
you're doing stand-up.
Yes.
And what are some of the experiences that you're having? So this is when you're a full-blown alcoholic, right? Or not?
It took a while. I got the major part of it was I got 2 DUIs within 8 months.
And plus, you already have an
right,
addictive
yeah.
personality if you're dealing with food.
Yeah, the food for sure.
you're
I went to
doing comedy.
I went to fat camp when I was young, so that's like a rehab for donuts.
Oh, I thought that was for black people, like
not PH. Yeah, not PH.
So you went to fat camp, but now
Yeah.
were you?
So that's
were
like
your
a rehab.
parents divorced? Were you a child?
No, I had a really happy childhood. They gave me everything. You know what I mean? Great mom and dad.
Okay, all right. So that's not
Super
the
smart.
Like candy bars.
And I didn't do any. I still have never done pot.
Never
you
done
don't
the-
How can you be an alcoholic and
Because you
not
don't do pot.
smoke
apparently.
pot?
Yeah.
Were you getting fucked up every night, or you just found yourself drinking a lot, or maybe sad drinking, or you were just getting wasted?
No, it would start out social, but then in 1 was never enough. 2 was
Yeah.
never. I just had to keep going to the point of
And this was almost every night?
blackout.
But wait, okay, as you're doing comedy, because I remember when I first started comedy, the first 2-3 years I was a crack addict, so I'm not really doing comedy. I'm doing whatever I can to get $60 or $70 to go fucking get freebase.
When I started in 2000, right out of college, I wasn't really drinking, but I hadn't had the surgery yet.
But where'd you start comedy at? In Pennsylvania?
All over. I remember you and and Norton and Florentine and Jameson doing gigs in the bars of New Jersey and
You were there?
Barnegat. Yeah, and I'd host the shows and stuff. And
In Barnegat. We used to do Barnegat.
Sayreville. Yeah.
I never did.
So you
I don't know.
started really young. You started
right
when
out
you
of
were
college,
18 or 19?
No,
Whoa,
out of
that-
college, 2000.
Wait, that room in Barnegat, right over the overpass. You were on those shows?
Yeah.
Not with me, maybe with Norton.
We did a few.
Back then?
Yeah, back then.
She's still finding
That's
a way
why
to
I'm like,
plug
I don't
the
think you
next time
remember
you'll be-
me from back then.
Huh?
I don't think
I
you
got a show
remember me
coming
from
up
back
and,
then.
I don't remember. That was
Okay, but let's carry on. So, what are some of the stuff that you do? Are you willing to talk about everything?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What are some of the stuff that you did when you were drunk that made you realize you're besides the DUIs? You had the DUIs.
So I got the DUIs. It landed me after I let it go for about a year. Had my lawyer, just kind of, extend it until I had to go to jail. And then I went to jail. I ended up sitting in jail for a year.
Oh my God!
Wait, in jail or
In
not prison, in county?
Jail.
In county, which is
county.
worse
It's even
than state
worse.
prison.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Explain why and how that came about.
So basically, I got put on state parole versus county probation. And once you're on state parole in Pennsylvania, which is a Commonwealth, they have to go through the whole process. And so I ended up sitting there waiting for the parole process
But no
for
bail?
a year. No, because I was already convicted. I already had my DUIs. I was sentenced, and it's 5 years is the maximum. So I sat for a year and then got 4 years state parole.
Are you
It did not stop me from drinking.
Are you sitting in
Oh,
jail?
that was not your bottom.
Not knowing when you're going to get out? Maybe today's the
Kind of,
day.
yeah.
And then it literally leads to a
Basically.
year? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Kind
So
of,
now,
yeah.
in county, as a female,
Yeah.
do you have to fight right away or?
No.
Are you in a cell by yourself?
No. I was in a cell mainly with 2 other girls for most of the time.
White girls or black girls?
White girls, actually, and it's funny because Northampton County Prison is where I went. It's right down the street from my house in Easton, Pennsylvania. So I see it every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had 2 girls that I call them my roommates, but I guess you can call them cellmates.
That's what we would call them.
Right? It's like,
Society.
see, my only basis for jail, my only preparation is college and fat camp. So like in my head, like I'll watch Orange is the New Black and I'll be like, oh my God, we had the same blankets. Like that's where I come from. That's just my experience in the world. So it's a lot different.
Did it make you a tougher person?
Originally, it was pretty. I mean, you have to poop in front of people.
Oh my God.
What's that gonna do to you? And I didn't think it would like change me or it was that traumatic until I got out and I was so resentful and whatever. I just went back to drinking on parole and got 2 public drunkenness charges.
Oh, you're fun.
So
That's my kind of girl.
I get caught. So I'm not good at like doing bad things.
Let's go back to jail.
Is it true that in jail women would melt in the microwave Jolly Ranchers and form them into dildos? I've heard this.
Ooh, no, I've never seen that technique before.
I heard this, boss.
But there were other techniques. I don't really remember.
Share some of
yeah.
the dildo techniques, if you don't mind.
you didn't get in any fights in 1 year in jail.
I got into one argument, but verbal, not. Yeah, I kind of became everyone's like almost counselor, and it was just a weird situation for me. Most of my tier, and I was in medium security. I don't know why.
Medium's the worst, I heard.
Really?
Why?
Because
you've heard a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
What do you?
I've heard maximum is like you're not going anywhere, so those guys kind of just do their own thing. Everybody's trying to get out if you're in minimum, but medium's like in limbo. So you got some psychos, and you also have some people like in your case.
Minimum's like a high turnaround too, and it's the most populated. So I was kind of happy I was in medium security because it was less populated.
And how big is the prison?
By square feet or how many people?
Like how many people are in there? Give us an idea.
It's a male and female prison, so it's not like I just went to, a woman's prison somewhere.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yes.
No, they're sharing.
Well, maybe I didn't know if they went
more interesting.
They shared when they had meals or something.
How long?
Maybe they're on the yard together. I don't know.
But I will
I'm
say,
learning. I'm asking some questions.
Well, and that's the thing about jail. Unless you work there or you've been there, you don't really know a whole lot except from like reality.
Right.
It's strange. But like most of my tier was white and went to Catholic school.
And what were they in there for? What were some of the things?
Well, a lot of it, and I always say
testing.
this about addiction because every single one of us was an addict. I was in there for alcohol, but I mean, and maybe meth or coke or whatever it was, but every single one of us had that in common. And
did you know you were an alcoholic at that point?
Of course not. I just got caught driving.
Oh.
I definitely was not copping to it. You know what I mean? I was just
and you
like,
thought you shouldn't be there, obviously.
For a while, I thought that. And then I was, later in life, I'm like, no, it happened for a reason. And, I can look back with perspective. But, so most of the women were there. I met my first murderer. She was there, being held before she went to state. And
What was her nickname? Did she have a cool nickname?
Her name was
Like
Elle.
She murdered her husband? Boyfriend?
It was a gang related stabbing of some sort. But she has a lovely singing voice. She would sing every day. It's so odd.
Country Road, Take Me Home.
I think it was that Alicia Keys song, Everything's Gonna Be All Right. And I'm like, it's not.
What was she?
Cue that up.
What was her sentence?
She got life. It was fairly recent. She didn't get the death penalty, but that was up
How
on
was
the
she
table.
in medium then? How was she
Well,
not a maximum?
she was in like the sectioned off, like she was in the bubble most of the time, and the bubble is a clear room that you're not allowed like your clothing and stuff like that. So that's like a protective area. But it was also where we ate food.
Gotta get done stand
So
up
like
there.
we would eat food outside and like we could see the bubble. So we're like watching somebody like zoo animal. It was very, very strange. It was just very odd.
So is Orange is the New Black a medium security prison?
That's a state. I think it's based on a state penitentiary. Yeah. So they have more freedom. They have more money in the prison. So there's a lot more. It's just very different. County is like the bare.
So you spend a lot of time in your cell?
It's awful. I just kind of hung out in my cell.
Were you allowed to walk around?
Yeah, you could during common times because the TVs were out on the common area. You needed a radio to hear the TV that you had to buy on commissary. So if you don't have commissary money coming in,
What do you mean you need a radio?
The radio would hook to. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you can listen
or
to
Applebee's.
Yeah.
You have your individual
So
radio.
what was like one of the shows?
You plug it to the TVs. Yeah.
What was one of the shows that everybody watched in prison? Like a Jerry Springer probably, or
There was a lot of Lifetime movies.
Women Aren't Funny on loop? Did they have that?
No, they should though. But I would put it on Comedy Central before I went to bed, or we all went to bed, so that we could listen to it on the radios from inside our cell if the TV was still on. So I remember just hearing like everyone laughing. And that just that's like a good memory of like being in jail and having comedy, you know what I mean? And the other thing is, when I got TV seniority, I had been there so long, I got to pick a show, and I picked The Soup on E and made everyone watch it. Oh. And then I went to the Laugh Your
That's
Ash
like another
Below.
sentence.
Yeah. I love The Soup.
Joe McHale for 2 hours. Oh, God.
But it was so many clips, so you could see what went on all the different shows, you know, like the highlights. But I told the executive producer.
What, you made him watch it? You were like the redhead Russian broad from Orange is the New Black.
You were.
Right, I love it.
Fucking
Watch The Soup. How long would Bonnie make it? Like Bonnie's sweet and shy.
You have no choice. That's the thing. You're there. So
would she be killed immediately?
No, Bonnie's tough.
Is she? You're tough? Tough Canadian broad?
Tough. I think she's tougher than me.
Bonnie grew up on a farm killing chickens so our producer could eat.
Oh, my God. Come on.
He's laughing. You're lucky he's laughing. That actually got a big one out of him.
She did. She killed chickens, snapped their necks.
I axed their necks.
Oh, you axed them?
I asked them, you want to die?
You asked him a question? Now we're just ganging up on him.
No, I don't know. I would not like it.
Well, no. I mean, you're not going to like it, but you have really no choice but to like survive in that atmosphere.
Did you ever
It's going to happen. Like I did a lot of crosswords. No, we weren't allowed jobs really.
So how'd you pass the time besides the
a lot of
Comedy Central?
A lot of talk soup and crosswords.
Crosswords.
Go to Mike. Mike has a question from New York, number 3.
Go ahead, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, I want to know how bad was your lawyer that you did a year in jail, or what else was going on with your case that it took? Did they sentence you that long?
For two.
Well, they didn't. I don't know how to say it. Like they didn't sentence when they sentenced me. It's the sentence is 3 months to 5 years, but basically someone told me they checked the wrong box and I got on state.
Oh my God!
That's kind of how it went down, and. So once I was on state parole, it has to go through the process. And I didn't ask for help because I was trying to hide it from my parents. Like when I went into the jail, like I
would
would
they ask questions when you didn't show up for Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas?
No, that's exactly the story
Liz,
too.
I'm one of her benders.
I told my
This
mom.
is a great movie.
I told my
Just
mom.
like trying to hide your 1-year jail sentence from your parents.
Well, I didn't think. I thought I was only going there.
Honey?
I thought I was only going there for maybe a month, and then I'd be released to like work release, or I could come home and do house arrest or something. So I told my mom I was going to do comedy on a cruise.
Oh.
I seriously.
They booked you for the year, man.
This cruise makes it seem like you're calling from prison, but it's just a funny thing they do.
But then when I was in the cell, a correctional officer came to me and goes, "Your mother knows she doesn't want to talk to you."
Mike, are you?
How did your mom find out?
Hold on, Mike.
Probably the newspaper or something. I don't even know.
Mike, are you a lawyer or an ex-convict or a drunk? What like?
A lawyer.
Okay, you're a lawyer.
I mean, it doesn't. Obviously, it doesn't.
Does her story
happen.
sound real to you, Mike?
Well, I mean, from my clients, what she's describing sounds real. She lived it. But it's unfortunate that
like that someone could just check the wrong box. I'm saying.
I've had clients that have administrative things either help them or hurt them one way or the other once they go up. But but you didn't even unfortunately you didn't even contact the lawyer you had to say, hey, listen,
no,
call corrections and figure this out.
No, I didn't.
Let me ask you something.
I was like, and I was.
Was this your way of? Just
I was an alcoholic, so
I think you were I think it was subconsciously. You were just like, I need to.
Not
be
even.
You also didn't
not even
know you were going to be in there for a year,
right?
You
but
were like, let me
month,
just.
Wouldn't you be like, let me call my fucking lawyer? I mean, it's a month for a normal person that's never been to jail.
I don't know.
You're
I
in and out
sort of
jail.
get it, honestly. Like I let things slide a lot.
Yeah, because you're the same way. You would just sit there and go,
somehow,
maybe I'll get out tomorrow.
I'm like, maybe they'll figure it out with my case. Yeah, I mean,
I'd
it's
be
really
digging behind my.
It's really tough when you're on the inside. Also, to get a pen, like you have to use a jail pen and like to write like a normal intelligent person with a jail pen it's really hard when
you can't make a call to your lawyer.
You need someone. You could if I wouldn't know his number either.
I'd start chiseling behind my Raquel Welch poster day one.
Once you're locked up, to help yourself is really hard.
They got a whole thing of going underground and sending supplies and getting them back, and you can't find a fucking pen.
So if I talked to my parents and I said, let's try to figure this out, can you handle it? You have to have support on the outside in order to move things along.
Is getting
you had a
imported
public
Prince
defender
Edward Island
then.
muscles. You can't get
No,
a big...
I actually had a paid lawyer. I had trouble paying him, obviously, sometimes, but I
you haven't had a job in a year. You've been sitting in the can.
No, but this was prior to that, but I was an alcoholic comic. I was drinking Natty Ice and
making nothing. If
Were
you're
you
an alcoholic
drinking in prison? Were you able to get alcohol in there?
No, we did not. We did not make our
you
own
drink
alcohol.
Lysol like the Indians? What do you do? Anything crazy?
So
I heard Native Americans drink Lysol.
anyhow, Mike, listen. This is what we have here.
Some
we
of
have
the guests on our show have views that we do not agree with.
Not affiliated with.
we have a lazy a prisoner on our show.
Oh my god!
And Bonnie
This
would
is
be.
like-
Huh?
I do kind of get it. Like, I don't know. I let things slide.
And you feel so shitty about yourself. It's just kind of like, I
if
don't
you're
want to
not-
ask for help. I feel dumb. I feel like I deserve it. I don't.
Here are things I could do with or without, like
Thanks,
tomatoes or the show Friends. You're kind of like the same with freedom. Like, maybe I need it.
I fought,
maybe not.
I fought
It's not
for
a
it
big
after a
deal.
while,
Sometimes
but
I take my
basically,
vitamins, sometimes I don't.
Do I go to the gym today? Do I skip it?
the lawyer told me that he would have to get certain signatures or a certain percentage of the parole board in order to release me or release
How's
me
he gonna
early.
get signatures without this pen that you
But wait a
can't
second.
hold
Not
up?
me.
But how,
him.
so
You see
how did
someone
they
across the
determine
jail
1
with a
year?
pen.
Like when did they came and they said, "Okay, you're out." Like they gave you that day. They said, "Okay, you're being released tomorrow," or
Yeah, I went through the parole process. You get these things called green sheets, and that basically green because they're green, and then that tells you that you're going to be released and what day. I was actually held even longer because someone went and murdered someone in the state of Pennsylvania, and he was out on parole. So they held everybody in jail, whether you were a violent offender or
One
not.
bad apple
One guy ruins it for everybody.
ruins it for all the other bad apples.
Yeah, so I was in work release by that time. I mean, I spent about maybe 8 months in a cell, and then the rest was work release.
work release. Did they get you work at the Improv? Like, is that what? Is that,
I was a
Dave
sandwich
Stroop,
artist.
Wait, I got to go back a little bit
Okay.
to some prison stuff.
okay.
Now, obviously,
Did you
you
say-
weren't being raped on a daily basis in there. Was there a lot of sex going on the way they make it seem in Orange is the New Black? Which is my only...
First of all, that's not
That's
even.
our only point of
Mine is
reference.
Shawshank. So.
That's not even a good one. Watch MSNBC Lockup.
I don't
or
like watching
Yeah.
it.
Or Oz.
It makes
Yeah,
me
that's
feel
where-
yucky
It's so
inside.
terrifying.
Fucking
Lock
Oz.
Yeah, let's
Lock
do
up
that.
abroad.
It's true.
Eastern
It is yucky.
Pennsylvania, locked
I
up
didn't,
abroad.
I didn't shave my legs the entire year I was there.
Well, I am in prison then.
I was like, I was like, forget it. No one will want me now. But there was a little,
That's like rape proof?
there was
That's
some,
like,
I don't know,
I
in
just
my
won't
head.
shave my legs, and then they'll
that's
leave
what
me
past,
alone.
Past boyfriends have told me. So I figure.
Come on. So you're like one night. I don't care about
No,
that. That's
but
who cares?
There
So-
was gay for this day, for sure, that they wouldn't, in the outside world, they wouldn't have, been a lesbian. But inside, if you want some money off a commissary, you want someone to take care of you, it becomes bartering, so
Yeah,
you kind of...
but it's not forceful. It's
there
barter.
No,
in there,
I
though?
wouldn't say it's forceful. I don't, no,
See,
it's
it's
not
different.
forceful.
Men's prison is for. I mean,
Yeah,
ladies.
yeah.
How are you going to force?
No.
Eat Eat my pussy. Yeah.
You definitely...
It happens.
You definitely have alliances. Sometimes you just accidentally eat it.
So you don't. You weren't getting any money in there, so you were getting nothing from commissary.
Once my parents came around, they sent me some money so that I could get because you have to buy, if you don't want to wear your jumper, you can buy, t-shirts or sweatshirts but that's not given to you.
Sometimes you just get a craving for a pair of Lululemons.
Do you know, well, this is funny because I kept a pair of my jail undies because it was passed down from a cellmate to another cellmate and then gave them to me because I had nothing going in. So I didn't have an extra pair of underwear. So they're clean because they did the laundry. But I mean, I'm wearing some but twice removed jail undies from someone because they don't set you up with what you need.
You want to do the
no
crime,
one can bring
you gotta pay
clothes.
the time.
No one can bring you clothes.
No, can't do drop-offs or anything like that. Not until work release. So you can't. You have to buy it from commissary. It's a big money-making operation.
So when your parents
finally gave me money
that you weren't on a cruise, when they were telling their neighbors, she's been on a very long cruise. They love her on that cruise because she's not
comes back no tan whatsoever. They
When
start
you're
asking
an
questions.
addict, you lie big. You know,
She's been through Australia twice.
And then the neighbor was like, "But I read in the paper she's in jail." No, did they?
She's
then,
headlining D Block.
Did
I did a little while I was there.
Well, we'll get to that. So did they help? Did they get the lawyer? Did they do anything at that point, or they said, "You know what, you got to pay the price"?
They tried eventually because I don't think they thought I was going to be there that long either. But yeah, they definitely helped me once I was there. Tried to get the lawyer and try to work on the situation, and it was a constant. I actually had sat there and they're like, "You're getting out today," and that was the county date, and they're like, "No." I just sat there. I was getting ready to go. Had everything ready.
You had your one pair of
and
underwear
they said,
packed.
"Oh, I did."
You had none of your writing utensils.
No. And then they're like,
without a
"Oh,
pen."
it looks like you're on state parole, not county. So you're not being released."
Now, how much longer
So-
were you in after that moment?
That was the defining moment for sure when I was like,
How much longer after that, though?
I don't know. Because that was probably maybe like a month or two. So
10 more then.
Fucking 10 more months
because
after you thought
it has
you were
to
going
go.
home?
Yeah, it has to go through the parole
can you imagine
process.
that?
What
Has to get like 7 signature. I don't know what the numbers are. I don't want to like.
Say you have like I suffer from anxiety. Hey, say you have anxiety and you have to get medication. Can you get
Oh,
it?
you get all the medication you want in prison.
Can you really?
We called it Skittles time. Anytime the drugs would come out, we'd be like Skittles because everyone and they put you on so many medications if you that's what you want or that's what you're diagnosed with, that when you get out of prison, you no longer have those drugs. So think about it. Yeah. And then what do? You commit the same crime you did to get yourself, or you go back to the drugs that you...
Or you go to
it's a
doctor,
vicious money-making cycle.
You could get prescribed.
But then how are you going to pay for it? You've been in jail. You have no... I mean, there aren't people with
You can't afford
supportive,
underwear, Rich. How are you going to afford drugs?
supportive parents or supportive... They go back to their John or whatever, and like, you know what I mean, back to the same place that they were. So
Do you talk?
it's a big deal.
When we worked together, I didn't really see what you did. I don't watch other comics. I heard the laughter.
Thanks.
Do you talk about this on stage? You know, I came in at the end. Do you talk about this stuff on stage?
I'm trying to kind of break into it, but it's hard for people to wrap their minds around. So
Right, because I never talked about like growing up on the farm and stuff like that because it's such a disconnect for people. They want you to look the way that they think like someone out of prison would look or have that toughness.
So you should do the prison material.
Whatever, right. And then you do. No, but I mean, it's like, same with like.
Yeah. And then they just think I'm lying. So I'm like,
yeah, that's the worst. If they think you're bullshitting, then forget it.
yeah.
Tap
So
out. The audience is tapped out.
you know, and being for a second offense DUI where I didn't, hurt anybody. There was no one killed in an accident or anything. So to be in for that long and get that much of a sentence. I mean, then the whole 4 years of parole afterwards, that's a whole nother, you know what I mean?
You couldn't go out of state to do comedy for 4 years?
No.
Dan from Virginia, go ahead.
Hey, I was just curious. Some of the inventive ways people have found to get around the system, like, for an example, taking like the toothpaste that they give you, finding a paperback book, and putting the toothpaste between the pages, letting it harden, sharpening it down into a shiv.
Did you ever make a shiv, Liz?
Did you?
No, I mean, I have been to jail. Went in for 3 months, and I saw some pretty creative things that I don't think, even given a lifetime in jail, that I would have been able to think of.
Well, Dan,
So
we ask what you were in prison for?
It was just regular jail. It was for assault.
Oh, just regular
For
jail.
what? What was it
assault.
for?
Pussy.
Assault.
So
Well,
you
it got
were
dropped down.
you were in county or in the city?
County. The city in Richmond is like really awful. Richmond City.
And
Jail
Virginia is a Commonwealth too, so that's another state.
Yeah. Actually, I think that was when I was in. That was the summer that I believe 2 people died because they in Richmond City Jail they didn't have any air conditioning and it was overcrowded.
Oh God.
So
I
know.
So name some of the things you saw being made in prison.
Well, he gave one. So
I know.
Well, I mean, not really being made, but just like for tattoos, for example, you could break open a pen and use the
she didn't have a
staples
pen.
in like magazine binding. Oh, you didn't have pens.
Well,
okay.
It
Well, then
seems like everybody else
Here,
in
give me that
prison
pen.
had
Here,
Yeah, she has a full sleeve of tattoos, so I find this fishy.
Yes, this was my jail tat. No mud, no, that's crazy.
No, I get what you're saying. So they use the ink but for the tattoo.
Yeah, but for the needle, they would take the staple out of like the binding of a magazine. So stuff like that.
Liz is making something right now.
Yeah,
She's
Liz
she just deconstructed. She's like fucking MacGyver. She just deconstructed a pen and she's going to build something.
This is basically what we were allowed. So it's the inside of the pen with the ink on the plastic.
That's what you had to.
Yeah.
But it was it's like more rubbery.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
But can you write a whole letter to your lawyer with like?
No,
I mean, it's really.
Yeah, but wait a second.
If I was going to spend a year in prison, I'd make it work.
You know what I might have
I
tried?
did, and then I hated when I had no spell check. I'm very OCD.
My hand hurts. I'll sit here for a year.
Hey, Dan, but they would
Damn
use...
palace.
It's not ideal.
Wouldn't they use electric shavers for tattoos in prison?
Thank God we were allowed razors. I have to say.
You didn't use yours.
No, I think they gave us like crappy little
My
like
mustache.
plastic. I think you had to be. No, well, ours was pretty lax. It was like they gave you just these crappy little one-time like. They're not even really metal. Like they're very just flimsy pieces of like tin, basically. So you couldn't really do any real.
Did you have to fight when you first got in there?
No, actually, I'm like 5'7", kind of a scrawny guy, and there were a lot bigger guys in there. But I want to say probably I didn't do an exact head count of everybody, but I'd say that probably 70% of the guys in there were for like bailing on child support.
Can you hang on 1 second there, Dan? Rick from Queens is also on the line. He says you're full of shit.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, this guy talking about putting his keepers together and with toothpaste, and he watches a lot of movies.
Dan.
I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just saying that that's something that I heard. I didn't hear that in jail. I didn't see that actually happen. Just I don't know.
I heard if you contact Red for 2 packs of smokes, you can get a bone saw. That's what I heard.
Wait. So now, Rick from Queens, how much time did you do in prison?
Man, I was actually in my case. I was actually the victim in my case.
I don't believe it at all. You sound black.
Stop it.
Jesus, who are you?
That's not. That was our producer, the black guy. That wasn't anybody white that said that.
Guilty.
Go ahead.
I was the victim in my case. The reason why I ended up doing time was because the person that assaulted me, his friend, called the cops on me. He figured he had an upper hand. I was 19. He was a 35-year-old man.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
So I ended up doing time. How
much time did you do?
They have sentenced me to a 2-year bid upstate, right?
He said bid, so it's real.
I like that.
I get it.
Can we listen? Go ahead.
Yeah, a 2-year bid with a 5-year post release.
I'm not yelling at you.
Shh, let him finish.
I'm supposed to only do 2 years. I ended up doing 5.5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it, Rick.
Why? How
Because
would
he
it
got-
happen?
People are shocked, but like that stuff happens all the
Because he ended up.
Paperwork, man.
Because he got.
Are they messed up on the paperwork?
Yep. Fuck.
On her paperwork? They messed up on my paperwork. I found them what I was supposed to.
Can you sue them? Could you sue them?
I couldn't, no.
Don't they usually give you almost like a severance, like a nice chunk of change when you get out of prison if they wrongfully kept you there for a few years?
Once you're sentenced and you sign that paper and you plead guilty, you give up all your rights.
Yeah.
Well, because there's been people that have been in prison for 12 years for crimes they didn't commit. When they get out, they literally get like $100 in
But
a bank
some of them get
account
like a
or
couple
something.
million.
There are
but-
people who are sitting in prison who can't pay their bail, and they haven't even been convicted yet, and they're in there for years, and they haven't been convicted of a crime. So it's a messed up system.
$1,400.
What's that?
They gave me one check for $1,400.
Yeah, what'd you do with that? Went and gambled it away? No. I'm joking. That was a joke. That's not mean. He laughed.
No. Listen.
He bought satellite radio.
If you really want to know,
yeah.
I own my own restaurant out here in Jersey City now. I have my house out in Bensonhurst.
Nice.
I'm doing very well.
Good, man.
Well, we're happy to hear that.
Let him plug the restaurant. The guy went away for 5 years.
Oh, yeah. You want to plug your restaurant?
Your little jokes, you know, you could keep them to yourself because you and your fucking faggot ass fucking, I think county time. The fuck out of here.
Oh, no. We're saying you want to plug your restaurant.
Do I want to?
Give your restaurant a plug so people know where to go.
Where to go, so people will want to go eat there.
I'm in Jersey City, right on 440.
Oh, cool. So, no, you were upstate at where? Attica?
I did Attica, Clinton, and they put it like this. They gave me the tour. You know, and mind you, I was fresh in my first bid, my first case ever, everything.
Uh-huh.
I knew nothing about the system. You know? So I was like, I didn't know where to go, left or right.
Yeah.
But if you're 19 and that's your first offense, like how the fuck do they lock you up for your first offense for a fight?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's ridiculous.
That's fucking insane.
Did you hire your own lawyer? Or did they assign you one?
Excuse me?
Did you hire your own lawyer, or did the state assign you one?
I'm my own lawyer. They was going from a 10-year flat bid.
Wow.
They went all the way down to 2 years with a 5-year post-release.
That's fucking over a fight?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
People get in fights in bars all the time.
A fist fight where like I said, the guy was 35 years old. You know, he was a somewhat bodybuilder. He actually came home from prison. You know, he came home from prison, but he just thought that he could come back to my old neighborhood and think that he could live that same life. He thought that everybody, you come home from jail and you think you're the toughest guy in the world. You know.
Yeah.
So he stepped up to the wrong young kid. You know?
Well, look, you got your life. I mean, you're doing what you got to do now, and what the fuck.
I took it as a lesson. I learned a lot in there. Also, you learn a lot. You learn that.
Well, we learned one thing, that the dude was lying about the toothpaste and the fucking phone book.
That's right. He caved so quickly.
I know.
Thanks for calling, Rick. All right, talk to you later.
Thanks, man.
I like that he called you a faggot,
No,
and then you completely 100% were like, your next question was very.
I don't think that was directed
lovely.
at me.
Yeah,
he was talking to the other guy.
Oh,
when he said you
saw the flash of anger and it set you straight.
Yes. I've never been terrified by someone on a cell phone.
you listen.
Terrified.
You were
would
so
not
terrified.
do well in prison.
He was talking about the other dude in county.
Yeah, he said you didn't do no time. Yeah, he was talking about the other guy.
Well, he said you and your little jokes, and you're the only one who does little jokes.
Oh, fuck, you're so funny. I'm about to do some time now.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You.
Go to John in Brooklyn.
Wait, where? We got to take a break.
No,
soon.
we got time.
Okay.
Relax. This is prison talk.
Oh, okay,
Prison
John.
talk with Bonnie and Rich.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, how you doing, buddy?
What's happening, man?
Listen, that guy's talking some big tales there, Rick guy. You're not doing a 2-year bid and then getting sent up to Attica, Clinton, doing the tour. Doesn't happen that way. Guys,
Well, no, but he couldn't he have gotten fights in Attica, gotten in fights and then
first of all, 2-year bid, you're not going to Attica. You're not going to Clinton or Attica.
We go to Rikers?
They're A joints. You're going medium with a 2-year bid. You're going medium and minimum.
Look, based on my rapid heartbeat, he was the real deal. All right. Based on the cold sweat I broke into, that motherfucker was telling the truth.
There's a lot of front ass motherfuckers, as they call. And that could be exactly what he is, man. I ain't buying it.
Well, I dare you to go to his restaurant and send back the zucchini flowers, and we'll see who's the tough guy.
John, are you a lawyer?
No, I'm not a lawyer.
How do you know?
He just said front and ass motherfuckers. I don't think he's a lawyer.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I was a participant.
Oh, a participant. Is that what we say?
I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's A joints, B joints. The thing is that your number is like the year you went down, your class of felony, and then your number, your
penitentiary numbers. So it's like if you went down like 90, you'd go 90. If you went down for an A felony, it would be A, and then your resident number would be like, say, like 963 or whatever, whatever that the last like 3 or 4 digits are.
Oh, but, Rick is calling back. Oh, okay, shit.
Okay.
John.
Hold on.
John versus Rick. Just let it happen. Let it unfold.
Go ahead,
America.
Rick. Say what you got to say. John's on the line. He can hear you.
I'm going to say this real short. In order to go behind the wall, you have to have the 7-year minimum sentence. It's 7 years and better if you go behind the wall.
Yeah, you said you did 2. You got a 2-year and you did 5.5 on a 2 year because you had back in parole. I had it 3 to life. I was out in 3.
Listen. My classification blew up high. You know why? Because I was on Rikers Island fighting every single officer. Okay?
Come on. I did 10 months in Rikers before I went away. I did 10 months in Rikers before I made bail.
What?
I did 10 months in Rikers before I made bail.
You did 10 months? Okay.
Before I made bail. And you know what? I didn't get in any fights. In 10 months.
I did 2 years before starting trial. What are you talking about? I was sitting in there, and they put me in the beacon.
If you're about to go down hard, first of all, you're not sitting in Rikers. How long are you sitting in Rikers for?
Wouldn't it be cool to find out they were like, their cells were like 2 apart? They were friends. They knew each other.
Hey, I had a cyst removed yesterday.
I'm way older than this guy, man. I was down in the 80s.
Hey, Rick, off air, this guy called you a pussy.
Stop. No, listen, you guys, thank you for calling in. We got to take a break, but this was fun.
This was good.
Fun listening to some real whatevers.
Best of luck to both of them from here moving
quit
forward.
Talking like a white guy. You fucking piece of
right
yeah, I know he is.
Like me.
Good luck. Hey, you'll have a tough road ahead of you. I know. You're fucking so white.
Sweats.
I'm going to rape you during break.
You couldn't rape me with your dumb, stupid back sore.
I know. My back is killing me.
I'd flick you in the back.
All right, we're going to take a break. Yeah. We'll be back with Liz Russo. Hey, Liz, you working anywhere? Anything you want to plug?
August 27th, that Thursday, the Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. That's a big one. I'd love to have some people out for that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Great
What's
room.
The 27th, August 27th.
August 27th.
Ben, what?
We'll be back with Liz right after.
Hold on.
Are you going to do more?
Florida Gulf Coast University, August 17th. It's open to the public.
Oh, okay. And next weekend, the 21st, 22nd, I'm at Governor's Comedy Club, Levittown. And this Friday at New York Comedy Club, Saturday in Somerville, that I think is called, it's on my website, go to richfoss.com. I'll find out the name of it. I think it's the Venetian. It's a restaurant comedy club in Somerville.
And I hope right now it's 7:58. You're parking around 26th and 7th in New York City to go to Sid Gold's request room, and I'll be there in a little bit. This is a good show. We had fights about prison. This is like Lockup on MSNBC or whatever.
We are back on, huh?
We're up and running. We're here with Liz Russo, who spent a year in prison mostly due to the fact that she couldn't find a pen.
Mostly because she didn't give a shit. She was actually fine with it.
I did. I gave a shit in front of 2 other cellmates. Often.
How was the food?
Oh, my God. Ugh. Awful.
What if you're?
I lost like 80 pounds in jail.
What if you're a vegetarian?
Is that really why you stayed in? You're like, this is a fucking great spot.
Best Club diet ever. Yeah, just don't eat. A lot of peanut butter. The smell of like bologna in the microwave still kind of like resonates with me.
Could you be a vegetarian in prison?
No. Oh. Well, yeah. You know what? It's a lot of carbs.
A lot of white bread.
A lot of carbs.
Pasta, yeah.
What if
everything? Because that's the cheapest food that they do.
Do they ever cater to like if you have like celiacs?
Well, I had the gastric bypass, right? So I go in there. I can't have carbs. Everything is carbs, and I can't have any. So
what'd you eat?
I got really sick. And didn't really eat much of anything.
You couldn't have carbs if you have gastric.
Yeah, because it's all the sugars, the processed sugars.
So they don't really make an effort to kind of take care of you?
No.
Because it seems like they give you pills for everything else. You think
that might be the funniest thing you said all day.
No, I know, but if they're giving pills for whatever you want,
just said to you, that's the funniest thing you said all day. How do you like that? The fucking.
They don't take care of you in prison?
She just fucking slammed you.
No.
I didn't even hear it.
She said that's the funniest thing you said all day.
No, listen, stupid.
Don't
what
call
if
me
you have
stupid.
religious, you have to have your religious meals or whatever. I don't know. Like on
Back
the
to
plane.
Orange is the New Black. everyone became
No,
Jewish.
you said if you want pills, they give you pills left and right. I think
they
if,
do,
if
but
you
that
physically
doesn't-
can't eat carbs, maybe they don't cook you fucking pasta every night, Russo. All right? This ain't the clink right now. I'll take you. I'll take you on.
It's basically like peanut butter sandwiches is the substitute for everything.
So you lived on peanut butter, basically.
Basically.
So did they have low-fat peanut butter?
I don't think.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Very funny, Richard.
Now you're sober 4.5 years.
4.5 years. I had to go to rehab for that part.
Well, let's go back. So, any? Did you have friends in prison? Look, we're not done the prison thing.
Bonnie is so fired up about this.
Well,
I
prisons.
like it. It's exciting. I'm in
it's
it.
You had
different.
friends, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had some great stories, and
Anybody you still keep in contact with?
I try. Sometimes I'll do an inmate search to see, and then if someone's back in, I'll send them a card or something. And just
aren't you sweet?
When you
Liz Russo sent me a card. Remember her?
And then
She sat there. She could have got out a long time ago.
And then I took my toothpaste and I cut the card up in little pieces.
Yeah, you stick
I made
things
a
on the wall
shake out of it.
with the toothpaste because you're not allowed tape, so you can actually.
When you got out, was it emotional? Did they give a farewell like in Orange is the New Black? Because again, this is my
How did
only
you
reference.
get back into regular society?
With alcohol.
There's no farewell though. They don't say, "Oh, you're gonna make it, girl."
Because I went from there to when you graduate from jail to work release, that's like one thing. Oh, she's getting out.
You went to a halfway house?
No, but it was work release. So you had to still stay in the prison, but it was more of a bunk situation. And then you would go out to work and you'd come back and sleep at jail. So you were just released for work. And
How long were you in work release for?
4 months, you said. I think, right?
If I did about 8.
And that was after the year?
No, that was during that year. So I was
so
still.
you were out in the public during that year. You saw the world.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but just the last 4 months.
Yeah.
She did 8 straight months of behind fucking bars.
Okay, so during those 4 months when you're doing work release, if somebody came up to talk to you, you're not allowed to talk to anybody?
I was a sandwich artist.
What do you mean? Oh, you worked in a restaurant?
Get away from the carbs.
Oh, I thought you were like on the side of the road work, you know.
Oh, no. It's work release. Most of your fast food workers will probably be on work release from, they actually have contracts with the prisons.
What about tolls? We always think about that.
Oh, maybe.
People in tolls.
Yeah.
We're always trying to figure
Did you
out
ever
why
think about
they're
busting
there.
out and just getting out of there with your subway hat on and making a run for it? Or you just like, forget I only got 4 months left, I can do this?
I actually brought back cookies to the jail. They weren't allowed in. They're like, who are you? What's wrong with you? You can't bring cookies to jail.
Yeah, because there'll be drugs
this
in
jail?
them.
I thought this was fact.
Yeah,
Did they
that's
check
just me,
you in and out every day when you came back? Did they?
No, they just let them come and go as they
well,
wanted.
strip
They
search.
strip search you every day?
Yes.
There was a time where if there was like a lockdown sort of situation where they did have to strip search you. So you work your full day at the sandwich shop. You smell like bread. You come back and you got to shake out your tits and bend and cough and spread your butt cheeks to another lady, and that's how you want to end your day.
I do that now.
So when you got
That's my
back
Tinder dates.
after working in a sandwich, do people lick you all? I mean, you're smelling like a nice fucking chicken parm sandwich, you know. So
Marty, we got Marty from Seattle, and I'm not just taking calls to upset you or argue with you, but he thinks you're full of shit. Go ahead, Marty.
No,
I think you're full of shit. Is that you weren't in prison? You were in jail.
She said that. She said that.
She never lied about
county.
She never said that. She said
county. You were in prison then.
She said county.
I might be accidentally saying prison, but
Tomato.
Goddamn country club.
Marty, listen to Marty. You want to go back there? Keep it up. No, I said prison a lot of times because I'm an idiot, but she never did. She's been completely honest and forthright.
I slipped and said death row at one
and it is
point too. I
Northampton
apologize.
County Prison is the name of the prison. NCP, Northampton County Prison.
Locked up.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that's the name.
Dr. Bonnie, I saw your documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. I think Boss, you ought to beat the shit out of because he's such an asshole.
I'm here right now. You could. I'm here.
Marty, have you ever been in prison?
Marty, have you been in prison?
No, hell no. I was in the military jail.
Oh, well.
That's got to be tough, though. Where?
for you.
In Leavenworth?
Did everybody just think peeling potatoes? Did everybody at that point?
How long were you in military jail for?
Just 30 days.
For what did you do? AWOL?
told the master sergeant to kiss my ass. So.
And that's it? And they give you 30 days for saying to kiss your ass?
Well, somebody checked the wrong box.
Yeah, I know.
Supposed to go for an hour. I couldn't get a pen. Stayed there for a month.
I was at the Air Force Academy.
You know, you guys cut everybody off, and I'm listening. This guy was in prison, in jail, in military jail.
He wasn't in prison. He wasn't in fucking prison.
He was in military jail.
This guy is bullshitting. He was never in prison.
He was in military jail.
Yeah,
He was in
I
timeout.
was in military jail because I told the master sergeant at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs to kiss my ass. So that was the wrong place to do it.
Oh.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Marty.
Okay, learned your lesson.
All right. See ya.
Thank you for serving our country. That's what you say to people that were in the service.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what you say in this country. We thank them for serving our country.
Thanks. Thanks for being in, where was he? Portland?
Oh, he was in Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Thanks.
I'm sure he was in combat.
He's mouthing off to his higher-ups, and he missed the war.
Okay. So now, you finally get out of prison.
Can we move on from the prison?
No, this is, are you fucking kidding me right
Tuesday prison talk, Rich.
What the fuck?
2 hours.
It's a relationship.
There's more.
Go ahead. You want to keep going? Go ahead.
Yeah. But you said then you went back to drinking, but you didn't go back to drinking till you were fully out of prison.
But I was still on parole.
You were on parole.
So I had a parole officer. I had to pee in a cup all the time. And
Well, you didn't get caught?
Oh, no, I did.
But you're allowed to drink, aren't you?
No. And actually, even you're not allowed to drink when you're on parole, even if it's for a non-related offense, if it's tax fraud or something like that.
You can't drink at all?
That's what somebody.
So what happened when you had to pee in a cup with all the alcohol in your system?
Well, I mean, you learn to kind of get around certain things. When you first see your parole officer, you think, well, he's not going to come tomorrow to also tell me to pee in a cup, that kind of thing. But it wasn't until later I got 2 public drunkenness charges, so that kind of.
But haven't you also realized?
Wouldn't that violate your parole?
That she doesn't give a shit about spending
I
time in
violated
prison?
my state parole.
But how come you didn't go back?
Because they decided, by the grace of God, to send me to rehab instead of sending me back to prison. Does not always happen to everybody. I got extremely lucky with that. So
and how long were you in a 28-day, 5-day detox? 28 days, or were you in?
I was in the full month or whatever. The Live and Grin Foundation in Bensalem, Pennsylvania.
One second. Will from D.C., go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick. That last guy, full of shit. I served in the military. That guy did not do 30 days in a military jail for telling his master sergeant to kiss his ass. That guy popped on a piss test. He did something fucking stupid, and he's got 30 days for that. But he did not face military justice for telling his master sergeant to kiss his ass.
Yeah, they would have made him do like push-ups, right? Or dig a grave for a flea.
They will do many other things to you and make your life a living fucking hell.
Tonight's episode entitled Call Your Bluff. 866-969-1969. Where you can call anyone's bluff.
Yeah, if I'd have told my first sergeant to kiss my ass, he'd have had me fucking, cleaning latrines for a fucking week or something. But there ain't no way I would have done 30 days in the fucking clink for that.
Yeah, I wish he'd call back and we can get a little military fight going like we did with the other prisoners.
Yeah.
All right. Then we're gonna have camp counselors fight.
We're going down. Slowly going
down the military road, guys.
Where are the women that went to prison?
Yeah, we have any female
Thanks, Will.
convicts?
Thank you. Okay, are there any girls that went to prison?
866-969-1969.
And remember, if you're shitting us, someone will call in.
Yeah, if Joanne Chesmart in Cuba is listening.
Who's that?
Oh, she killed a state trooper too, and she broke out of Clinton State Prison. Oh. And she's been on the lam for
on the lam, they still say that?
For, since the 70s. She was number 1 on the FBI wanted list at some point. She might be right now.
She really doing some fucking...
She killed a New Jersey state trooper.
I mean, but she got on not a lot of women are number 1 in the FBI most wanted.
I think she was driven. Look.
That's equality. That's fucking equality.
Can you look up to see where Joanne Chesmart is on the
She's the
FBI
Amy
wanted
Schumer
list?
of escaped convicts. Good for her.
No, she was the real deal.
Yeah.
Wait, who? Amy Schumer?
No, Joanne Chesmart. She, I'm surprised. She's got to be out of Cuba by now, because we're allowed to go there. So, I'm sure. I don't know anything about it.
I got a parking ticket the other day. Driving, went through a red light.
Uh-oh.
But anyway.
Are you afraid they're going to...
Yeah,
they send you a thing that says you could go to prison. You could go to jail. I'll make sure the right box is checked. I'll tell you that right now.
If there's anybody that works through the judicial system in Jersey City, please call, because my wife didn't go through a red light. She was halfway through bumper to bumper traffic. Bumper traffic.
Pulled over to go to the gas station.
It was green when she was started through the light.
And then you just screwed in the middle of the intersection, right?
Turned red, and they gave her a ticket.
But here's what happened. I pulled over to go into the gas station to get gas, and while I was filling up with gas, the guy came over and gave me a ticket.
Ugh. What kind of jerk off would do this in Jersey City? And all the fucking police benefits we've done and free stuff.
I told him that, and he goes, I can't believe I've done so many police fundraisers
for free.
And he goes, and I go, well, he goes, you went through a red light.
No, you didn't. You were caught in a red light. And then she went to pay the ticket.
I'm just telling you what he said. You don't have to argue with me about it.
I'm sticking up for you. I'm trying to help you.
By yelling at you, Bonnie.
I know.
No, I'm yelling at the fucking...
But it's right. They're not there. It's just me.
Listen, Jersey City.
You gonna fight it?
My wife sent the money in and the ticket, and they sent it back and said, you can't pay this by mail. You have to go to court. Since when you have to go to court now? You can't even pay a ticket by mail?
You can do it by credit card usually, online.
Usually. No, I know. I know.
But this ticket...
it's because you gave them lip.
Is it?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, they checked the box.
I'm going to go in and talk to the prosecutor, because
if I go into jail, will you... And if I tell you that I'm on a cruise...
Ooh, can I be second mic if she goes to the clink?
She's going to jail for going through a red light that started off green. But here's the deal. I'm going to talk to the prosecutor, because you can cut a deal and get it down from going through a red light, which is a moving violation, to something lower than that. Who's number one on the FBI?
She's the first woman to ever go number one.
Yes.
I think that was back in the day. There's $1 million on her head right now.
There's $1 million?
$1 million bucks. Mm-hmm. Call in if you know where she is.
Joanne Chesmart. $1 million reward.
Oh, Marty,
for just killing one person, or just killed a couple? Rich.
What's that?
She killed a couple people, including a cop?
No, she killed one or two state troopers. I think it was one. I don't know if it was one or two. Can you look that up? And she was in Clinton... off of Route 78, Clinton.
Yeah.
And she escaped somehow.
Just wait a second. Marty from Seattle. Than me. What do you have to say to that last guy, Will from wherever?
I was in the Air Force, which is the pussy military, and I got thrown in jail because I told a master sergeant who was head of the security police to kiss my ass. And my unit, that was in California, brought me back and threw me in confinement for 30 days.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold off on believing this story until Will calls back with a yay or a nay.
Is this Marty or Will?
This is Marty. This is Marty, but remember Will said he was lying.
Well,
Will didn't know he was in the Air Force.
As a grunt. He got away with a lot more shit than Will.
Wait, was Will a Marine or a Navy guy?
The Will that I was Air Force. But the guy that called in was either Army or Marine.
Bullshit he was. I'm calling it a bluff. I don't believe that.
Thanks, Marty. Thank you. If we get it incorrect again, be sure to call back.
Okay, how about Art from Easton? We finally got someone from Easton to call us.
Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, how you doing, Bonnie? How you doing, Liz?
What's going on?
Hey, Art.
Hey, how you doing?
He makes good salsa.
Oh, does everybody know everybody?
I've met Rich up at the Coconuts, and actually I think, Bonnie, you were there, too.
Where?
I was wearing up at Coconuts, up in the Coconuts, the comedy club.
Coconuts.
Oh, yeah, remember?
That was years ago.
Yeah. So, that mayor, he pretty much knows everybody in the town. You know, he's very out there. He goes to the farmer's market every Saturday, so he's pretty much... well-known guy around.
Yeah,
don't act like he's de Blasio or whatever. He goes, he's the mayor of Easton.
But does he have a full-time job?
Does he go to Lowe's?
Oh, yeah, he wants to know if he has a full-time job.
Actually, he's pretty controversial. He's the guy who put up the flag at half-staff after those soldiers got killed before the president did.
Oh, good for him.
If you heard that story.
What, in Benghazi?
Oh, no, I always go, I get all my news from the Easton paper first.
Wait,
and
is
then
that
I go
the soldiers in Benghazi is he talking about?
No, probably the ones in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, the ones in Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
he put the flag down at half mast in the middle of the night, and wasn't really. Anyways, I was okay with everything until I heard about you pooping in front of people, and now I have to get that out of my head.
She did it here for us.
Yeah, we asked her.
I reenacted it.
We all followed her to the bathroom, and we made her open the door. And she wanted to put her bed sheet in front of her, but we wouldn't let her.
No. I'm wearing my jail panties.
Well, thanks for calling in, Art.
Okay, take care.
Hey, thanks, Art.
Keep that salsa top notch.
Easton salsa.
Okay, can I move on and ask her a couple other questions?
No, we got a guy that makes great guacamole also from Easton.
Chris from Houston, go ahead. Just come on. This is fascinating. Go ahead.
Hey guys, how's it going? Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Where are we gonna go?
All right, here's a bad one. I picked up 2 DWIs probably in the 80s, between 80 and 90, and then
you don't know it's a 10-year stretch.
Yeah, 10-year stretch, and then had a girlfriend call me. I had a company that was doing really well, and Kelly was. I made wheelchairs for kids.
And,
bullshit.
Don't act like you did it out of the kindness of your heart.
Bonnie, do you believe this bullshit you did?
Really? You think I'm going to make this up, Rich? Shut up.
No, I didn't say that. That's Ben, you
That's
fuck.
Ben.
Can I finish, you jackass?
When it's funny, it's Ben.
Hey, whoa. Listen to me. Whoa, stop. Hey, stop. So, Chris, real quick. You're calling us. When you're called, like when I go to someone's house, I don't insult them.
Yeah, you do.
Until I'm done with dinner. Okay?
I've listened to you for 10 years. I know. He told you.
Okay, go ahead.
Finish?
Yes.
So I get a phone call from a girl. I'd had dinner at a friend's, had a couple of drinks, went to find a friend that had called me that was like at a party that she didn't want to be at. I was slowing down looking for the street, got pulled over by a cop. I blew a 1-1. They put me in jail for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Prison, actually. I got a felony.
We're going to get a lot of calls on this one, Chris.
It lost my business and everything.
Are you kidding?
I can't work in the hospitals I used to work at. My whole life was ruined. So I had to
think about what the kids went
the
through.
children now.
Yes, without their chairs.
What did I do wrong? Really?
So you had to
you shouldn't drink and drive.
But why did you have to go to a prison?
That's still a high.
They sent me to prison. A third DWI is a felony in Texas. I got 2 when I was like 15 or 16.
And they don't get
I was running around
expunged?
like you, Rich, when you were smoking crack. I was a dumbass.
But wait, they don't get expunged when you're from a...
They kept that on me, and they said, well, look, he was dumb.
Especially since it was underage.
So, and then they came at me and fucking put me in jail.
Oh, shit.
So now you're in prison in Texas, where there's a lot of Mexicans.
I mean, this was...
And
this is prison.
Yeah, I went to real prison.
So now...
Bullshit. You were in county.
That's not a slight against you.
I went to real
That's not a slight
I believe you, man. I believe you.
Liz.
It was a third DWI. It was a felony. They put me in real prison.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's a
now...
felony.
Okay,
I was a misdemeanor.
So you're a white guy in prison, right?
Right.
Okay, you're a white guy. Obviously, in Texas, there's a lot of Mexican gangs or whatever. Did you join the Aryan Brotherhood? Who did you hang...
I was white privileged because I was DWI. They took me to a private place, and we just played Texas Hold'em.
Real prison.
We had AC, too.
Sounds a lot
where they play
nicer
poker.
than your county courthouse. Whatever you were at.
Non-violent. They don't put they only put the murderers in the places with no AC.
So you were in prison, but you were in the guest house.
You were in protective custody, or you were in like a...
There's private prisons and state prisons.
Yeah.
They send all the bad people to the real prisons, and then if you're a good boy, they send you to private prisons, and they make a fortune off of them.
This is terrifying me right now. Like, I feel like I'm going to end up in prison soon for something stupid.
But a private prison...
Don't do anything stupid.
Listen,
Don't drink and drive.
Look, at a private prison, whether or not they're the best or the worst, or the worst, you're still in jail for 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah,
So still, people are going to still run their games on how they got to run their games. You know what I'm saying?
It's still prison, Rich.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying, that's what I just said to you. It's still prison. They're running their games. So you still got to run with a certain type. You got to have a crew in there, right? You got to have friends.
He's watched a lot of lockup.
Sure, the Woods are there, the Mexican Mafia. It's all the same, but it's Mexican Mafia light and Woods light, because we're all here. The best part about it is that the prison is private, so there's like gate around the whole thing, but nobody really cares.
You ever suck a cock?
No, Richard, what happens is
I have.
they come and they throw shit over the fence. It was complete anarchy there.
Oh.
It was full of cigarettes, drugs. I mean, they would plan these trips. And
sounds fun.
Oh, it was the greatest place ever. You could smoke, you could drink. I mean, it was. I mean, I don't even like call it prison. It was like Holiday Inn. But.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Well,
go to number 5.
Good for you.
Go to the prison guard on number 5 from Reno.
Go ahead, Kurt.
I got all excited. I thought it was
love you.
What's up?
Take care.
Past prison guard for me.
Well, I was actually originally calling from the prior service military just to say that Marty's full of shit. He didn't do no 30.
Marty, you better not call back a third time, Marty.
It's everybody.
Everybody's saying you're full of shit.
I was a correctional officer, yes.
And are you a correctional officer now?
No, I actually quit. I hated that shit.
Where were you in a prison? Correctional officer in a prison or in a country club where what's his name? Did you get rid of the guy from Reno?
You're looking for O.J. Simpson? No, O.J. Simpson's on a protective yard. I didn't work at that yard.
No. Do you work the prison? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I've worked in 3 different prisons, yes.
Okay. So a typical white guy, say like Ben. You don't know Ben. Say say a Jew like me. I'm a Jew, regular Jew, kind of street.
Stuffed so hard on a rotisserie day
but
one.
if I go into prison, who do I? Obviously, I'm
He's
not
going
hanging
to go
with.
into prison
I'm not,
just so he can.
No, listen. Obviously, I'm not going to hang with the Aryan Brotherhood. So who do I hang with? The Italians? Do I go to a 12-step meeting? Those people? Who do I fucking hang with? As a guy in his 50s.
A regular Jew?
Yeah.
A regular old Jew? They probably house you with a bunch of chomos.
What's that?
Child molesters.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, shit. Jews and child molesters in the same prison? Whoa.
No, they
This is an exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Kurt from Reno giving us the 411 on the prison system.
Jews and child molesters? Bullshit. I call you bluff.
Who would I hang out with? The Italians?
With the golf guys.
You could just pretend you're Italian, probably.
Yeah, you'd have to go Italian.
I don't know if I could pretend I'm Italian with my Jew. Huh?
You would probably hang out by yourself and do a lot of reading.
Oh, you'd learn to read and then you'd do a lot of reading.
That's usually the best thing to keep to yourself.
Wait,
anyway.
do they have in your prisons, were there 12-step meetings?
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff, yeah. NA, AA, there's anything you can think of, yeah.
That would be my crew.
We had some too.
That'd be my crew.
But they were run by nuns.
The real coffee instead of their powdered shit that you buy in their commissary.
Okay.
Because the AA people that come in from the outside bring real coffee.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in and calling me a molester. Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. No, he's calling all Jews molesters.
Oh.
So you get out, you start drinking again, and then if jail is not your bottom, what happens?
Well, so the parole officer sent me. He said, "Can you get to rehab tomorrow?" And I was like, "Well." It's like, "Do you want to go back to jail?" And I was like, "Well."
Oh, because he knew you were drinking
because I had 2 public drunkenness. I went to, dry out in a little jail to, when I got public drunkenness. One was a hospital and one was jail. And then I got out of jail, to dry out, and I went to a bar afterwards. So
you didn't learn your lesson.
No,
she's a full-blown alcoholic.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a criminal, if you ask me.
That's what.
She's
well,
an
I was a
alcoholic.
criminal.
She's
a
sickness.
She's not a criminal. She's an alcoholic.
I'm making fucking jokes. We were a comedy show at one point.
Okay, don't say we. Say
6:59.
So my parole officer said, "Can you get to rehab?" So I picked this place called Live and Grin because I thought that was the best name. Live and Grin. I thought that was awesome. So I drove myself drunk there with a 6-pack in the trunk just in case it didn't work out. And then once I got there and just kind of surrendered, that's when I got it. And I was like, "Oh, I have a problem." Okay.
You're like Thelma or Louise, whatever the badass one was.
So
you just don't give a shit.
So then I've been sober ever since. I got the help. I got the help that I needed rather than put in a situation that just impeded absolute progress at all.
When I was in rehab, and how long did it take you to go back into comedy after you got out of rehab? Did you start? I mean, the day I got out of rehab, I did comedy that night.
Really?
They told me to wait a year. I said, "You're out of your fucking mind. This is my career."
Yeah.
Not that I had a career. It was only 3 years into comedy. I was a fucking drug addict, and I was only doing it for 3 years. But I was still making a living.
But isn't it hard to go into a profession where there's a lot of drugs and alcohol, and it's a lot of downtime?
Yeah, I had to give myself a little bit of a break.
Yes.
Just not to go into that situation.
My drug of choice wasn't alcohol, even though it's a drug.
But still, there's drugs around.
But if I went and did comedy and they were smoking freebase, I probably would have had a hard time and not done it. Okay,
that'd be an interesting club.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard.
Rich doesn't have a sense of humor tonight. Do you notice that?
What are you talking
Anytime
about?
anybody makes a joke, he goes, "Could you shut up? Could you stop interrupting?"
No, I didn't say interrupting. When there's calls, you can't hear them.
I know, but we're trying to keep it a little light. It's
Did the doctor remove your sense of humor?
No,
You've not laughed at anybody. You've not tried to make jokes yourself.
You were hilarious when you were covered in cysts.
This is an intervention.
Okay, I'm not fucking. First of all, I'm trying to run this crate. You
You don't have to run it. Let go.
No, I'm not letting it
let go
happen.
and
Listen.
let God. Marty,
No,
no one likes you.
We love it. We love the phrase.
Let go, Voss.
What's that?
I said, let go, Voss.
Let go.
Okay, get rid of him. Go to.
No, wait, Marty. Everyone's saying you didn't do time.
Hey, here's the thing. I got an Article 15, a stripe taken away, and I was given 30 days confinement.
Now it's confinement.
Now it's confinement, so you're
to his
clarifying a
room.
little.
In the jail. What I would have to do is every doorway that I came to, I would have to stand at attention and ask permission to go through the doorway.
Yeah, that's not military jail, Marty.
Did you have to poop in front of anyone?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
He wasn't even
Hey, Bonnie, fuck this guy. Go to Colorado.
All
This
right.
guy did 10
I
years.
kind of like Marty, but
He wasn't even in the Air Force.
I gotta
Turns out
go.
he
I
lived-
gotta do what I'm told, Marty. I'm sorry.
So long, Marty. Go to Eric in Colorado. Number one.
Eric in Colorado. Okay, Eric.
Eric, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey.
So all these stories are cute and fun. I did 10 years in a federal penitentiary.
You don't sound like it.
I'm sorry. It was a long time. It was a long time ago.
You did 10 years,
You
or is
robbed
that
a bank.
I like how it's a competition.
that was your sentence, or you did the whole 10 years?
Let me say, what I was originally convicted of was a Class 5 federal felony for bank larceny. I worked at a bank and I stole $10,000. When my original conviction, my original sentence was what the judge originally ordered me to was 6 months house arrest, 4.5 years of supervised probation.
Oh my God, you get house arrest for armed robbery, and
Right?
she's going to.
He didn't do armed robbery. Embezzlement.
Here we are just
Yeah,
making
it was
stuff.
basically
He stole money.
felony possession of a firearm, right?
I should have stole money.
Well, that was added on later. So what happened was the judge decided to teach me a lesson to make sure I wouldn't do anything else, and gave me 48 hours in a medium security federal penitentiary. And then I went on my house arrest, and then 6 months into my supervised probation, I violated my probation by accident as a convicted felon in possession of a firearm.
That was an accident.
It was, it was. I was actually, somebody had handed me a gun and said, here, basically dispose of this. I was stupid. And
It doesn't sound like you're hanging around with the right people.
I wasn't. I really was not. And
dispose of this.
I got
Karen. Put this.
You know how many
tell your mother not
times
to go in the garage.
people have asked me to dispose of their firearms? I said, no, thank you. No way.
Go ahead. So what happened?
So anyhow,
Look how mad he is.
I got pulled over about 6 hours after the guy handed me the gun. I forgot it was in my car.
Oh, what a
The cop pulled me over.
Oh, jeez. What luck. What luck.
When he ran my license, it came back that I was on probation, which basically means
He could search your car.
whatever they want. Right. The cop came up, said, step out of the vehicle, step back here, searched my car, found it, and he's like, really? And next thing I know, I'm in jail.
Officer, I was just disposing of that.
Oh, a friend of mine asked me to dispose of the gun.
It's not mine.
Well, and exactly.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Do you think those two right there, what you guys just did, was funny enough to stop this great story? Do you think that what you guys just did right now, that little fucking dumb little comedy bit
strangling you.
was fucking
Okay, let's do the show your way.
No.
Go ahead. No,
I'm just asking you. I mean, you're
Let
saying
Eric tell his fucking story.
You're saying I don't have a sense of humor.
Paused anyway.
I'm gonna be super serious right now.
Okay.
My parents are fighting. I don't like it.
I hate when
You're
people
the
say that.
worst
That's
tonight.
like the worst thing I've ever said. Drives me fucking nuts.
I'm not going to listen to some child molesting Jew over there.
Go ahead, Eric. Sorry about Bonnie and Ben's little voices.
So anyhow, the cop arrested me. They put me in the city jail.
They put me in the city jail.
My probation attorney, or they notified my probation officer, who she came in, sat down, interviewed me. I explained to her what happened, and she's like, "That's nice. You realize this carries a 15-year." She said, "Your sentence is now violated. You can go to jail for 15 years." And I sat there going, "Holy shit! I was an idiot." They released me on bond and went home. 2 months later, went before the judge, basically explained my story to the judge that I was a complete and total fucking retard. And the judge just looked at me and laughed, said, "Well, here's what's going to happen. The minimum sentence I can give you on this charge is 10 years.
Oh, my God.
Based on your everything else, he says, I'm giving you 10 years, but I'm automatically suspending 5 years of it, so you will do 5 years with the possibility of time off for good behavior, and then you will do 5 years of supervised release." Like my attorney told me, I got extremely lucky because the judge shouldn't have done that. The only reason he did is I had a good support system. Probation was beyond pissed off because she wanted me to get 10 years and do it day for day. And I went to the medium security federal penitentiary.
What? Are you mad at me? Hold on, Bonnie's mad. What?
No, go ahead. Continue your interview.
I'm just listening to it. What I'm saying is,
I'd like to know everything. I want to know exactly what the lawyer said to him, word for fucking word.
What color was the probation officer's hair? Was it blonde? Was she? What was?
I'm just listening to it.
Do you have the paperwork in front of you? Could you start
she
reading it?
So,
did she contact Mayor Sal at any point to get a reference?
So you ended up doing 2.5 of the 5 years, or the whole 5 years?
Actually, I did 3. I did 3 of the 5, and then I did 5.
You have a second cook?
Did you fight the first? How many fights did you get in?
Actually, the prison that I was in, none, because
what happened?
Everybody was. It was either white collar or non-violent.
Okay, well, listen, we got. Oh, hold on. Well, thank you for the call.
Hey, I got a quick question for you guys. Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yes.
When are you and Bonnie coming back to Colorado? The last
I don't know.
time you were here was right about the time you knocked her up.
Yeah, when I did the Comedy Works, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was pregnant then, I think.
She's not a big fan of mine. The owner there is not a fan of mine.
Really? That sucks. I'm going to have to push them to get you guys back here.
Well, don't do it with any firearms. Relax. You're probably still on some sort of a parole.
Yeah.
We know you like to take things to the max.
Okay.
I was just joking you up.
Thank you. Hold on. Another voice is coming from Bonnie. Go ahead.
Thank you for calling whatever your name was from Colorado. This is going to be my new radio voice. Rich prefers it if I don't say anything humorous.
I didn't say anything humorous. You're very humorous.
He said don't speak in general.
He
doesn't. The thing is like, if you don't want me to do the show, I would gladly not do the show.
I couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without you.
Oh, right, because it's like, then we fight, then she thinks we're her fucking parents, who, according to her, just 2 minutes ago never fought, so I don't know how we're reminding her
They
of
also
that.
just let her stay in jail because they thought she was on a cruise. So.
That's true. This is how that conversation went down. Should we just let her stay there? Yeah, you know best, honey.
So how I can't do this without you. That's why I love doing it with you. I think you're great at it, and it's fun to do it with you.
This is what I don't like. This is his MO. He gets mad. He yells at everybody. He sees that I get mad. Then, did you notice? That's the first time he started laughing the whole show.
I didn't laugh.
When he pisses me off, suddenly his demeanor. Look at how bright and lively he is.
See, now you really are like my
laughing.
No, I'm not laughing.
That's what my dad
This is the most serious I've ever seen you on this show.
Well, because
I'd studied a lot of late night lockups. I know how to know that I'm right.
He tried to move on from the prison topic. And then all of a sudden, you're Mr. Prison Topic.
No, I wanted to talk to her about...
You wanted to move on. You were telling Bonnie to move on from the prison topic.
And I wanted to talk about her sobriety, where she is now. Okay, we know where she was. where she is now. But then we get calls that I did 10 years, and you want to kind of hear about someone. But it wasn't 10
but
years.
we need to hear from Marty again. It's been 7 minutes. If he could call.
And okay, let's talk.
I don't even think that's his real name.
I don't either. Bullshit.
Marty?
Bullshit. Prove it, Marty.
Hey, there's someone from Toronto calling from
I don't give a shit. I'm not taking that call.
Why?
You want to wrap it up? Because we got fucking 10 minutes left. You've got a guest here. Go ahead. Run your fucking interview. If you want to take the call, come around here and use this.
I don't want to take the call. You're the screener.
Why
take
would
the call.
anyone fucking take a... I'm the screener, you jackasses. I see what is written on there.
What's written on what the guy from Toronto? I can't see it on my glass.
I see what's written. So if it's negative about me, it better be a slightly clever in order for me to click on that shit.
Oh, so you're saying...
Thank you, John from Toronto. Goodbye.
You didn't hang up? You never had him.
I don't have him on, and I'm just assuming he'll hang up.
Well, why don't you take his call, see what he has to say? Are you scared? You don't want to defend
there
yourself?
He left.
All right.
So you're 4.5 years sober, and your comedy, you're working all over the place.
I'm trying. Yeah.
So what kind of comedy do you do? What kind of comedy is it?
Well, everything's from my own life, so I try to get the jail stuff in there. Now that that was back in 2007 and 2008. So enough time has passed where I can talk about it. But
right, when you're writing about I don't like papaya, and then you're like, something more interesting.
What's the deal with white girls eating a lot of kale lately?
Sobriety, being single, I lost 100 pounds. Talk about that stuff.
Seems like there's a lot there.
Dating.
Are you on
dating? I'm 37.
Oh, you look young. Look
Are you fucking comics? Do you fool around with comics?
No.
Yes, you had to think about it. So that's yes. You have.
She's probably thinking, does this guy qualify as a comic?
Have you opened for any big acts besides me? Do you ever work with any on the road?
Yeah.
This guy from Toronto actually I misunderstood, and he wants to complain about you.
Me?
Yeah. So then I got to take the call.
Colin
Go ahead.
Quinn,
Go ahead, John. I apologize.
Hold on. We'll get back.
Yeah, hey guys, I really like the show. I've been listening since you guys started on the channel.
Thank you, John. What a sweetheart this guy is.
You bet. Listen, the reason actually I wanted to call in when the show first started is this guy with the old-timey voices. I swear to God, nothing he says is funny, and I'm going to stop listening if you guys keep him on.
Okay, I agree with you.
I disagree.
No, I disagree. I think he's very good. And
My goal is for this guy not to listen.
He comes in every couple.
He jumps in with the voices because the old-timey stuff, I'm sick of it. He's got a couple one-liners.
Come up with something new, I guess is what he's saying.
You can't like Bonnie's voices either, can you? Tell the truth.
The truth is, I guess her voice is... And when she jumps in with him, it's like fucking two people running into each other.
I know they're like little the fucking giggly couple.
He sees the love in our eyes.
Hey, Rich, you were right about the story. Some of these stories are interesting, especially this prison talk thing you guys got going.
Bullshit. What do you know about interesting
I thought the stories were interesting too, John. By the way.
What's that?
I thought the stories were interesting too. He was the one who wanted to move on. I was the one who wanted to stay in. Stay in the pocket.
But weren't they cutting off these stories when you're listening?
Yeah, totally.
So do you see where my frustration comes from?
The stories got fucking boring. It was the same one after another.
No, because I was trying to get to a good one.
And we were failing. People go to prison. And then my paperwork
but you didn't let me give me time.
There's the voice again. He just said
that wasn't the old-timey voice. That was a different voice.
See, I was trying to qualify these guys, and then I would have moved on.
There was no one with an interesting story except
otherwise,
the guy that owned the restaurant.
It was great.
Thanks. So you're going to be in Long Island next week, and I'll be at Governor's if you're in Long Island.
He's in Toronto.
Thanks for calling in, John. Go fuck yourself.
See? What's the matter? You guys don't like when you get...
Well, we don't have a lot of time left. We got 3 minutes, so what do you want to do with the last 3 minutes?
Let Liz talk about her comedy where she's working. You worked with Colin?
Yeah, Colin Quinn, Gilbert Gottfried. I just opened for them. You, Jim Norton, and
Out of all of them, who do you think was the best? I mean,
you, of course.
Oh my God,
Colin.
She's going places.
I'm making Bonnie vomit.
Colin's
she's terrific.
It's great, but I don't work that club anymore, unfortunately.
What club was it? You can't say it?
I don't want to give them any.
Is it a New York club?
Jersey.
Oh, is it in New Brunswick?
No.
Oh,
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant? How come Colin worked there?
Yeah.
And is he mad at you, the owner there?
I left because he was being a douche. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I was like, here.
My buddy's a guard,
But
by the way.
anyway.
He called in and didn't get through.
I'm doing some festivals.
Oh, nice.
Tomorrow I leave for Asheville for the Laugh Your Asheville Off Comedy Festival, so I'm excited for that.
We were going to do that this year, and then we couldn't come to terms with the guy.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
That'll be cool, and I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival. So
We only got a minute?
Visit my website, thelizrusso.com.
Okay. And
TheLizRusso.com. Can you spell it for
Thank you for coming in.
LIZRUSSO.
Yes, with the.
Ben, what do you got?
August 17th, Florida Gulf Coast University.
Okay.
Public.
Don't feel bad about that call.
No, my buddy called me. He's a guard.
You know what?
He didn't
No,
get
you're
through.
almost crying because it's John from Toronto.
I don't
could
give
do
a
this
shit
off the
anything that
air.
happens in Toronto.
I'll be at Governor's next
So
weekend,
sad.
and this Saturday in Somerville at the Venetian. This Saturday in Somerville, Venetian, and next weekend, fucking Governor's, and this Friday at New York Comedy Club.
I'm in New York this weekend, so people should go to @BonnieMcFarlane.com.
And also, we're doing a festival in Atlanta in October.
It's too much stuff for people to know.
I'm just saying in
You
October.
do a lot of plugs all at once.
I mean,
I
it's
did
like,
two of
whoa,
them.
overwhelming
Governors.
information. You guys have been fun with your prison shit stories. Thank you for calling in. Liz,
thanks for having
thank
me.
you so much for coming. This was
Thank
really
you.
fun. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
And
Ben.
And our producers, thank you.
He's telling us
And-
to stretch now.
And Lewis.
Hey, well, we
Lewis,
gotta
thanks
keep on
for
stretching.
being you.
Is he telling us to stretch?
Yeah.
Can I ask one quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you the funny one in prison? Like, and if you were, how did you feel about Jeff Ross's prison?
Jeez, why didn't he write some of these
you know what?
questions down
I didn't
and
get to
send it
see
in?
I actually put. Can the producer ask a question?
All right.
But I didn't want to like push it.
I didn't get to see.
Oh, I don't read down there.
Sorry.
I don't know that's what's happening.
I didn't get to see Jeff Ross's thing, but that's pretty cool, especially in a men's penitentiary. I'm sure that's pretty intense. But that's all right. I would do bits while I was there. But I mean,
You
know,
were doing a bit.
Yeah, it was.
That's what you interrupted her for?
But like my
interrupted
cellmate
that
was a
shit?
prostitute, and she was great. And she, her name's Blondie. Shout out. She took out her teeth a lot because she lost her teeth, so she'd take them out and she put them on the dashboard once while she was giving a blowjob, and she forgot her teeth in the car. So like they have good stories that I wish I could steal sometimes because it was pretty funny. But yeah, it was good. Those girls are great.
Was Blondie hot?
She probably was really back in the day.
Back
Or with
in
her
the-
teeth. When she had her teeth
Before
in.
the fucking meth kicked in.
Yeah.
How is meth so addicting?
She
How
was
is it-
doing well for
How
a
do
while
you do meth
too.
for the first time?
All right, we got to wrap it up. How is meth more addicting than Freebase?
I don't know.
get it.
I don't know how you do it for the first time, knowing what's coming down
You know
the road.
what's really
Donuts are
addictive?
the worst, man.
Chocolate.
Donuts.
Don't even get started. All right,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
you.